Hello, my lovely friends. It's Marta here. I hope you're all doing great. My friends, this is the card I recorded last year, and I had this video sitting on my phone. And as I was looking through my file, because my phone memory is full again and I had to delete something, I've decided that this card is too good to not share it with you, so decided to quickly edit them. This is one of the example of the personalized card which I am creating for one-time order. And the story with this card is that the gentleman who approached me to create this card for his wife on their wedding anniversary, he asked me kindly if I could put not one, not two, not even three, but four different sentiments on one card. And when I read his message, I was like, oh no, how am I gonna even do that? So I had a little bit brainstorm, and I realized that the best way will be to print some sentiments to, just put them in little lines here and there across the card. The card I'm creating is 8 by 8 inches because for so many different sentiments, I've decided that it will be better to create a nice large size card for him. So I started off from sitting down to the computer, and I've just typed the different sentiment name, all the information he wanted me to include on the front of the card. And then I realized that I don't really want to have four lines of the sentiment. So I was thinking maybe there's something I could actually put in different shape or some, just to create some lovely interest. And then I realized I have this old die from Card Making Magic. This is the Love and Marriage set. I don't think this one is still available. I actually just quickly had a check. This die is no longer available. However, there is a similar scallop heart die from Creative Craft product, so I will leave you the link down below. The other one, it's also the circle die with a lovely lace. This is from Card Making Magic. And just in case you were wondering, these beautiful sets of the papers I'm playing with today, this is a craft o'clock collection called Wedding Dream, and these are absolutely beautiful. I love this kind of like a boho style wedding. It's a little bit more I would say like a beach vibe wedding theme rather than a contemporary wedding style. So it's really nice. I love those sets. There's beautiful flowers which you can see here in this like a bluish peach salmony color. They are really, really lovely. And I also use some leaves which are coming from the separate block of the leaves. I will list those things as well. And just to let you know, the Craft O'Clock is a Polish company. However, they do sell their products here in the UK as well. There's a few smaller retailers who actually have a stock of their product. So I will give you the name. If I'll find the store who's having those collection, then I will link it as well. So I've decided to cut the image out from the one of the design paper, and I am putting it as my focal point on the circle. And this beautiful lacy circle is also one of the retired dies from the Card Making Magic, and I'm truly sorry, I'm actually using those. They're no longer available. However, for those of you who knows the CRAFTSTASH store, they do come with a beautiful, amazing dies which are very affordable in the price, but they're also very unique. They're not one of those dies which are constantly produced like other big brands. They do have the range of their small exclusive brands which coming in a collection, and once the collection is sold, it's sold. So whenever you see something beautiful from the CRAFTSTASH and you will think of buying that, it's sometimes worth to grab it before it sell out, because once they gone, they usually gone, and very little occasions they are coming back unless there is a huge demand on it. So these are the dies I'm using. And then I do have that little like a tag die. I cannot remember where I have it from, but it's a little bit shorter than what it says on this sentiment. I actually extended. I did half of a die and then another half to fit that sentiment here, as it actually the length of the happy 21st anniversary dies. So sometimes when you do have a dies and you would like to make them a little bit longer, just put them in your die cutting machine halfway through, and then just make sure that the plate is not overlapping the entire way, and then you can actually, you know, make them look longer. One very important thing I would like to highlight here, I've put my sentiments in the arches, and this is a very important thing to do, my friends, that whenever you're placing your sentiments like that, make sure you use some double-sided foam tape or some other thing to actually cushion them in a central portion from the back, because even if you're creating a small arch, with the time, when it's in the envelope or something, it can get squished and it's just gonna collapse in the center. So it's very important to leave it a little bit backing underneath the middle area of this arch sentiment, so it will prevent it from collapsing. So now I am working on my floral composition, and this is the thing I love to do the most. I am always trying to make sure I have plenty of the florals, plenty of the leaves, whether it's those elements from those like papers collection you can cut out, or whether it's ready ephemera or even stamped image. If I'll stamp and coloring some flowers and leaves to die cut it later, I always like to, you know, create couple extra, because once you sit down and color the images, it will take you a couple minutes extra. But imagine yourself, you're creating the card, you have some leaves, and then you're thinking like, oh, I could use one or two more. So you have to do the whole job back again, take the stamp out, stamp, clean it, clean the stamp, color, die cut. So it's always worth to have few extras. And I keep my cutout elements in those little like a CD pockets, so then whenever I need it later on, I can always grab it. Or if I need a quick card, then I have one or two to put on a smaller project, and that's really good idea to have a few on the hand. And then I purposely left one of the sentiments to add it on the top of the floral composition. So this way I will have that kind of a flow that the sentiments as they come down, they kind of are put on the top. This is one thing also important to keep in mind, that if you're arranging the composition and it's gonna be busy one, you have lots of elements to put out, try to make some difference so they're not all in the same level. There's a difference in the dimension, there's a difference in arrangement, like some of the sentiments are coming off from beneath the flowers and the other one are on the top, so you have this nice flow. One more thing I would like to add here is to remember that if you're creating the busy composition, always try to leave one piece, maybe like a corner or part of the card which is uncovered. If you're gonna be like covering all areas, like all four corners, and have a little bit of the embellishing everywhere on the card will look super busy and cluttered. So because I have quite a few things going on the card, I'm actually leaving this right bottom space untouched. There's not gonna be anything here, so we're gonna have a nice flow across the card, but there is free space which is automatically make the card appearing like more organized and not as busy as cluttered. So this is one thing to remember as well, apart from, you know, creating dimension, it's also to make sure that it's not overly busy. So despite that I have 4 sentiments here, I have this focal point, I have a lot of the flowers and leaves, I think this card has turned really nice, and in overall it's just looking good and not too busy as I was thinking in the first place when I had this like, oh no, I have 4 sentiments to put on one card. I am finishing off the card, adding some pearls as well. There's this tag die which has those two holes. It was kind of a design to use with some brads or something like that. So I thought it will be looking nice if I will cover those holes with the pearls. And then last but not least, of course, I had to use a little bit of the string. So I thought I'm gonna add the white one and then just give it additional texture, something going on the card as well. So as we approach till the end of this video, I just want to ask everyone, let me know what is your favorite approach if it comes for creating the wedding card. Do you prefer like white on white look? Are you go with the silver, gold colors, or maybe do them colorful? Do you prefer more traditional cards or some fun, whimsical cards for a wedding? Let me know. I really would like to know that. So thank you so very much to all my friends who's been watching my videos, who's been giving me a comments. I love to read those, so thank you so much. Thank you for all your likes and subscription as well, because this is a huge help for me as a creator, and I really appreciate that. I will be coming soon with another video because I do have a few more which I haven't published yet, so these will be coming shortly. Stay blessed, my friends, and I'm wishing you all a fabulous day. Bye bye.